Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Lord of the Rings on the One Ring server.
How you been? That's good to hear. I'm glad. Me too. You know what? Me too. We're back, and it's time to do stuff, I guess. I don't know what exactly we're gonna do, but maybe we'll fill this push that person off a push. Well, wait, hang on. There's a joke here. Let me think of it. We'll push Thack off the. Wait, no, I almost got it. We'll push Thack. Well, no, this is hard. We'll push Thack off the roof of the thatch. Yeah, that was good. That was funny. This guy wants me to kill 15 Gondor soldiers. Maybe we'll do some of that today. Actually, that does bring me to a good question that I want to get out of the way before we start today's episode. And that question is this. Well, nope, not that. Nope, this. What? Oh my gosh. Okay. What is your favorite content? What things do you like seeing me do? Do you like seeing the building? Do you like seeing me do the carnage kind of stuff where we go and complete quests? Do you want me to explore more? There's lots of crazy things on this server that we can explore. What do you like? What do you enjoy? Do you like the lore building? What do you enjoy? Let me know, because that will help me figure out what to do in these episodes, which is a surprisingly difficult task sometimes. Also, some of you have been asking how you can join this server. It's pretty simple. First, you download the Lord of the Rings mod for 1.7, the Legacy Edition right now. Yes, the Legacy Edition. And then, once you've installed the Legacy Edition of the Lord of the Rings mod, you go down into the description and get the IP, which is torlauder.com, and you join. You join the server. All right. With that out of the way, let's get to doing stuff. You know, something that we're going to have to do here pretty soon is go on a quest to rescue Daisy, who has been banished to the nether realms of deleted chunks. We're going to have to find Daisy, or maybe a suitable replacement that we'll call Tulip, and that'll be that. But what is this? What am I looking at right now? Well, this is going to be a lot more impressive than it is right now. This is a ravine. A ravine, yes. You've seen them before. They generate naturally in Minecraft, but I'm digging my own. Minecraft ravines aren't good enough for me. And you may be thinking, why are you digging a ravine? And to that, I say I don't know. But actually, I think this would make an interesting quarry design for our orcish encampment here. Because how are they getting this stone? Are they just picking up pebbles and putting them together? No! They're mining for it. So that's what this will be. It'll be a quarry, and then I think, if you've seen the movies or read the books, you know that in Isengard they have those ravines where they're like birthing orcs or something. So maybe we can play a little bit on that and have them have some machinery and forges and stuff down there. Another plan that I want to do, and maybe we'll work on this right now, is to build a big forge fire right here. I think it would be really interesting to have not your typical kind of isolated forge where you got just a little forge and then you stick your one thing in there, and then this is not going. Yeah, you take your thing out and then it's done and it's red hot, and don't take that out of context. Okay, well, I was thinking it may be nice to have a big forge, something a little more industrial, a little more mass manufacturing. So we'll see if I can come up with anything, and then we'll have a forge building over here and a forge tent for the person to sleep, because of course we make sure that our orcs sleep right next to the hazardous fumes of our forge. He wants me to kill 21 men of Gondor, by the way, and I think I'll accept it. Alright, well, we've got the first version or stage of our big hit of fire with not much fire. In fact, I was gonna light all this fire with you guys here to watch it, because it should be a little bit satisfying. We have these hearth blocks on the ground there so that the smoke is really intense. That's just great. Look at that. And then we have these stacks of beacons, because they look like wood on fire, because they are wood on fire. And then we got some nice charred logs in here for extra effect. And of course, this pit, this is where they put all the fuel, so they need access to it. So over here we have a little staircase down, and some brave and lucky soul gets to be next to the fire. Maybe you, Scumbler. You want to go next to the fire? Okay, I guess not. For now, it's gonna be us, but this is kind of the concept, and we've also got this black, scorched gravel-looking ash kind of stuff down there, because this has been used— Ow! I'm dying! Okay. Because this has been used for a little while. Next up, we have to put the big pot on top of this, like a nice big kettle with an omelet in it or something. Or maybe like a cauldron with melting metals. That might look a little better. And then we're going to have a nice kind of crane thing that will lower the stuff in there. That's how the metals get in. And then over here by the forge, we're going to have a faucet that outpours the molten metal into the mold. And that is how you make swords, I guess, or something. What do you think? Aha! Aha! He's going in. He did it. Yes, Muzzbag. Good, good, Muzzbag. You did it. You fulfilled your destiny, and you seem to love it. Look at him dance. You want to do it again? But safety is first around here, so I've put up this very effective fence that nobody will know. Ow! Okay, maybe it needs some work. Perfect. Oh, man, it just started raining, and I was about to start talking to you. Oh, look at that. The rain's gone. Haha. Just one of the many things we can do here is control the weather for ourselves. Okay, so updates. I'm pretty sure last I talked to you, we just had this pit here. Well, I've added this thing to the pit. Now, I can't tell you it looks the best. I'm not totally happy with the design, but it's a thing. And let's just hop up here. And, oh, I'm dying. See, that's the thing here. That's the thing with this, is that, well, it's got lava. But it's also currently melting this stuff. And the piece de resistance, or something, I think that's French. As I was saying, the piece de resistance of the build is this little crane here. And again, I say piece de resistance loosely and also poorly, because it's not amazing either. I'm in the very beginning stages of detailing this. We're going to actually add a few things like that and like that. And we'll do the same on the other side. Just, you know, it looks like nails. And you can make any build look better if you add nails. That's your build advice from me today. I think the problem with this is that it looks a little wobbly, which actually I don't mind that much. I don't mind the fact that it feels like it's kind of straining. Because, again, these are orcs. They're not amazing at this stuff. And the fact that they're doing it at all is impressive. And they're not bad either, you know. I'm not trying to say they're bad. I'm just, you know, point is, they work fast, not perfectly. So I don't mind the feeling of this part of the crane here. This part needs some work, obviously. It'll make a lot more sense once over here we have our ore collection area. It'll basically be like this turns around and it picks up a pot of ores over here. And that's going to be connected to the quarry right here. As you can see, it's all coming together slowly. I mean, the vision's coming together. We only have a crappy crane right now, but, you know, we'll get there. The last thing I'm going to do today, I think, is make the little faucet area and the molds and maybe some of the actual forging, like the anvils and stuff over here. And then that will be it for the building. So I'm going to time-lapse that, and then we'll get to doing something else. He's dying! He's dying! Oh, no, he's not dead. Oh, he's not even close. Never mind. Sorry, back to building. This one might actually die. No, dang it, not again, every time! And we're back. Well, I'll be honest. It's been quite a few days since I've recorded the last portion of this episode, the portion where we built all that, and I can't honestly remember if I told you about everything we built, so I'm going to tell you now, and if I already told you earlier, then I won't have told you earlier because I'll remove it. So, yeah, hi, we're back, and this is what we've done. This is what we built. I told you guys about the little basin, I'm pretty sure, and it's all right. There's a lot of fire coming out. Ow! Ow! Nope. Ow! Ow! You know what? This fire thing is kind of becoming an issue. I thought I could use some string to remove it, but clearly that's not going very well. I just need more string, I guess. Or I can't even punch this fire. You know what? I give up. So this is about as far as I've gotten. We have not completed the forge tent, and I don't think we will do that in this episode, but we do have this crane. I think I showed you the beginning of it or something. And yeah, this is the crane. And over here, we've got the stations to forge the sword. You can kind of like think of these little crevices here as the molds for the swords, and then these are the buckets that you pour the liquid lava iron ore into, and then you can dump them out. And then over here we've got some a basin to cool things off, and then over here we have some anvils. So it's not quite done yet. We've got more details to add, especially with the forge tent, but it's pretty good. I like it. I think it's nice, and I like the way that it frames the little path, so we can go around here, and then we can go through here, or we can go around. And on this side, I figured out what I want to do. So we're going to have the little quarry over here, right? We're going to make this ravine, and there's going to be a quarry down here. I told you guys about that. And then over here is where all the iron ore is going to be stored, and that's the way it makes sense. This crane basically all it has to do is just turn 180 degrees, get loaded up with ore, and then turn back around, and suddenly it's melting the ore. So I think that kind of makes lower sense for the build, and that'll be on the project list pretty soon. But for the rest of this episode, I've decided I want to participate in another server event. Yeah, that's right. Here on the One Ring server, there are events, and we're going to be eventfully winning this one. That's too close. And that's because this event has to do with landscaping, or particularly trees. That doesn't say trees on it, but the rules document does. Basically, it's a building event, a building competition hosted by Sylvan to build trees and stuff, and this is what the competition looks like. The event ends tomorrow, so basically, I gotta build now. Basically, you have to make a landscape and build a tree and some bushes or something, and that'll, well, yeah, that's it. That's all you have to do. And so we're gonna do that. This is my plot right here, and I've already got a plan. That's right, kids. I have a plan. The plan is, of course, to win. And in order to win, we're gonna build the best plot. So clearly this plan is very well thought out. And actually, it is a little more thought out than I maybe let you believe in that last clip, because I have decided what type of tree I want to build. So this is my plot, and I've built it up a little bit. We have this sort of basin right here that will be important in a moment. And then we have this elevated dirt grass area. And this is the boundaries of the plot. As you can see, plots are pretty small, so we don't have a lot of area to work with. And so I've decided to raise my plot up a little bit to make it stand out. Literally. Now, on top of this little cliff, we're going to have a willow tree. That's right, a willow tree. I'll say it one more time, a willow. And this willow tree is going to be right at the center of the plot, kind of looking over this little pond. Basically, this is going to have a little bit of water in it, and we're going to have a kind of a river running through it. So the river is going to run along like this and kind of come from a little source right here. And then the tree will be looming over that. And then maybe right along here we'll have just a nice little path. I've said the word little a lot because we're building in a little plot, so I think a little plot can go a long way. Let's get to building. So building trees while talking about building trees is going to be pretty difficult. So I'm going to just kind of jump cut to every time I have a little bit more to show you. I'm also not going to do a time lapse because I'm tired of editing time lapses, and we've already had one this episode. So, you know, we'll just keep this casual. I do want to point out, though, some of the detailing that I've done. I've added some clay of two different types, red clay and basic clay, into this basin area. I've scattered the red clay around as kind of a texturing element for the dirt that hangs off the sides of the cliff. It's just these nice little details that kind of add some life and variance and interest to your landscaping builds. The clay centered around the water will be a nice touch because it'll make it look like there's supposed to be water. And yeah, I think it's time to focus on the tree. All right, we have the basis of a tree. And by the basis, I mean the stump. And if you're anything like me, you're looking at this and you're like, wow, that's hideous. And you'd be right. It is pretty ugly. And that's because there are no leaves. And I don't really build my trunks to be beautiful. I build my trunks to give me an idea of what to do with my leaves. I think you'll see that eventually this will be a lot prettier once it actually looks like it's meant to. And of course, as I'm going along, I'm going to start editing things and adding details here and there. There's a level of detail for the trunk that we haven't even done yet, which is the slabs and stairs and fences and all that kind of stuff, which will add a lot of interest to this trunk. But for now, I'm going to start with the leaves, or move on to the leaves because we've already started with the trunk. You know what I mean. All right, there we go. We have leaves now. In fact, I feel pretty green. My thumb is totally covered in leafy residue, and that means I have a green thumb. But as you can see, leaves make a lot of difference. I'm pretty happy with this willow tree thus far. It's not super willowy in terms of how many things are hitting the ground, but we're going to add some vines a little bit later that might help with that a little bit. I don't want to make this one of those willow trees that is so over the top with its willowing willows that it whiles away the hours conferring with the flowers. I want it to be a willow of stature that also willows a little bit. Now the next step in the tree building process is going to be adding the branches, the details, the little fence gates and slabs that just add that extra step of interest and nicety and atmosphere. Yeah! And there we go. It's not, the difference between night and day, but it does add just a little bit of spice to the tree. It doesn't change a tree. The thing about building trees is that the little details like this won't make the tree good if the overall shape of the tree is missing something, if it's unnatural, if it's awkward. So these little details aren't a method of fixing a tree, but rather improving a good tree already. So if we look at it from a distance, it just has a little more to look at. We break up the green and the gray of the logs, and we add some browns or tans in there. I don't even know what that color is called. Now I'm going to get to work on finishing up the landscape. I'm going to have a little path running from over here to over here, and then we're going to have a little stone basin right here, and that will send a little trickle of water to the basin right here. Okay, I'm pretty sure this episode's super long, but we are almost done. We've got the little stream in here, so we added this kind of basin, and it goes around down this way, and you just kind of take it, and it goes underneath this root, and into the basin down here. Ta-da! Pretty fantastic, if you ask me. Now we have one last phase of detailing left. We have the path in, and the last thing we need to do is what I call the foot level detail. That is the grass, the little flowers that we're going to add, and of course, well, I guess it's not obvious, but we're going to add some fences along here just to kind of mark out the path and add some depth to the path itself. And I think maybe we will add a swing right here. I think that might be pretty cool. All right, let's get to it. Something I haven't really talked about at this point, for this build specifically, is story. I've talked about story before, but not for this build. What is this build's story? Well, that's where the swing comes in. The swing adds the story and brings everything together. So you can see that I've added the greenery, I've added the little fences, and really just added the finishing touches to this build. And I think it makes a big difference. So let's talk about the story. The idea is that you enter this build from right here. Obviously, there isn't really an entrance because it's, well, a cube. Anyway, point is, you enter from right here, and you go around, and the story of this build is that it brings you to this swing, right? You see these little flowers, you enjoy the tree atmosphere, and then it brings you up to here. And this is the point of it. You think about, why would there be a path here? Why would you be here? And well, it's the swing. Who doesn't love a good swing? And so that's what brought this build together, and I'm really happy with it, and I hope you guys are too. And, yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else I need to tell you. Unfortunately, I was not able to include any spears in this build, which is probably a mortal sin or something, but I'll make sure I use spears in the next build. With one last little look-see around here, we're going to call this build done, and I will let you guys know if I win or not. You're not going to see this video until I found out, because I'm pretty sure that the contest ends tomorrow. So let me know if you think I won, and I guess I'll update you guys in the next episode. Anyway, you know what? We're done here.